Hello, my dear friends. I say to you as I'm walking on this path that I remember running with my dad as I was a little kid, like before even going to kindergarten. That's the path. I remember running and kicking the ball with him right before he went to work, and I would go to nursery and we would just run around, exercise like that. I don't even know why that came to my head, just because I saw the path. That's why it came to my head. But I was just thinking about a film I just watched, and I should have watched it a long time ago. But A Star Is Born with Lady Gaga. Yeah, probably things happen for a reason. Things happen in good time, and whenever you watch something, when people say when a new film comes out and they're like, you have to watch it now. I never do the things that people tell you to do just because at that time it's hot, It's like, maybe it's not the right time for me. But it's a good film, especially talking about addiction, like, shit. I mean, I know it's not a real story, but I know that maybe it is real. I don't know if it's based on anything, but in a way, it's a true story, because, I mean, stories for films are born from real stories as well. Made me think about me and my addiction. Like, I would lie if I said I never thought about suicide, but it hasn't crossed my mind in some time, but definitely crossed my mind before, and it wasn't even when I was using. It was more when I was not using, when it's like a lack of that substance is in your body and you are kind of looking for that happiness, that you used to feel. But I mean, that happiness you probably haven't felt since you were a kid, that like pure happy feeling, and it's because it's like, I don't know, it's like it's not there, you're not a kid anymore. The endorphins are not like working the same way, and you kind of like looking for that happiness, but it's not there, and it's not supposed to be there in a way. But we put ourselves down as artists. We put ourselves down instead of pulling ourselves back up, we put ourselves down. And other people, I read a comment by my friend yesterday who was a tattoo artist, other people, like, if they don't like what you do, or if they give any critique, you instantly kind of backfires, because you put in so much work into something, and your own worst critic, and sometimes people can ruin your whole day or your whole work by just saying one thing. I've experienced that yesterday, where I shared something too early and without looking at what was the description about. I made this piece of work, and according to the description, actually, and basically I just got a comment, and I already knew that what I did looked like the person, like they commented what they said, in the comment, but I already kind of knew that, but it still hurts in a way, because it doesn't necessarily hurt, it just confuses you, So sometimes it's like either don't share something when it's way too early, or don't share at all, or don't ask for any, replies, or, in the end, you're not doing it for others, you're doing it for yourself. You're living your life for yourself. You're creating your art for yourself, which is your life, in order to feel that feeling, in order to push yourself further. And other people or other challenges or other things kind of help you out in a way. They, if you have a challenge or somebody gives you a challenge, you kind of like, at least me, I'm like, okay, let's try to tackle it, So I get kind of hyped up by it. But if people don't see it my way, sometimes I can get offended, and it's okay. I think it's okay. It's supposed to be like that. It's but what I wanted to say, and as well, thinking back about the film, it's like artists are so sensitive. It's like we kind of have to protect ourselves in ways that we possibly can, and surround ourselves by people that if you're pushing yourself to your furthest limit, and you know that you are pushing yourself, if you're an artist, you're already automatically self-critical. Sometimes you don't even need an art school. You don't need a whatever, like somebody else to tell you whether it's good or not. You kind of know it yourself, whether it's good or not. And usually it's not good. That's how it looks like usually for me at least. But sometimes it's good, and sometimes you can't like really tell other people about your work. I think Frank Ocean, he doesn't even put his music on the computer. He keeps it in a hard drive, and he's like carries it around with him wherever he goes, and travels with it, and doesn't even put it online. So, to keep it kind of secret. And I think there's a lot to be said about keeping things intact by other people's eyes or ears, or whatever. Like, it needs time to digest, it needs time to be worked on, and I think that's beautiful, because it keeps it kind of local. It keeps it all to you, keeps the power rising, the power keeps accumulating, and it's your work, it's your work. And as I said before, you are the miracle that keeps other miracles happening. It keeps your art is the most important thing. And for people that don't make art, I would say that they are the most important thing, and for artists, I would say also that, I think in the film, Dr. Dre was like kind of fooled by Suge Knight or something, and he was like, yeah, I'm taking all your music, and Dr. Dre was like, I'm leaving, but Suge Knight was like, yeah, I'm taking all of your music and all of the stuff that you did with us. And Dre was like, fine, you can't take away the talent, and went off and did his thing and did it so much better than what was done before, or whatever. But you can make a shitty piece of art, but it's still a piece of art. It's still a creation, and you should appreciate it, because it came out of you, and in a way it was inspired by a muse. It was people used to say he has a genius. Not that he is a genius, but he has a genius. So it's like genius is like a genie in the lamp, so you have a genie in the lamp, and when you rub it, the genie comes out, and fulfills your 3 wishes. So it's like you have your genie with you. If you're a creator, if you're an artist, you have your genie with you, and it's not necessarily you, so you work with it. So sometimes when you look at something through your eyes, that you created through your eyes, and you see it and it doesn't fulfill you, that's maybe what it's supposed to do. Maybe it's not supposed to fulfill you, but it fulfills other people. Sometimes you don't like it and other people like it. So it's not really about liking or not liking, it's what you've experienced while making that piece of art, what feelings you went through, what emotions you went through as you were making it, because that's what's the most important thing, I think. Because as I was making these artworks, I was like, oh, cool, I can sit in one place and do this, because I was like avoiding just sitting with my feelings. I was avoiding just sitting with my artwork, just giving myself time to do something. I was avoiding it, and when I was just for the last, I don't know, maybe a week, I've been working on these bits. I was like, when I go outside, it really feels like I can breathe, like I did something right. And as well, to finish it off, kind of a message to you guys. I'm becoming more and more grateful to you guys and all your comments and everything that you're giving to me. I think there's some butterflies behind me. Yeah, there they are. Even if it's a little word that you say, just a little comment and something, I read all of those, and it really, really inspires me actually to keep going. And so I wanted to say thank you guys, and just wanted to send out good energies for you for watching this stuff and hearing me out and being patient, because you're beautiful. Every single one of you has a gift, and that gift is supposed to come out of you in one way or another. It could be words, it could be music, it could be poetry, it could be drawings, it could be comics, it could be anecdotes, it could be stand-up comedy, it could be whatever, but it's your gift, it's how you shine. And it could be none of those things. It could be just you, just appreciating, just realizing your own shininess, your own power, your own solar activity. I don't know why that word came to my head, but yeah, your own solar activity. That's a new one. So as you give to the world gives to you, and the cycle keeps continuing. And I think that's how we're building this new world that is built by people that want genuine good. They don't want necessarily good for themselves, but they want the good for everybody. They're not gonna excel without excelling other people. Like, they're not gonna just jump without pulling other people with them, like jump up higher. So I think if you're watching this, and if you're watching till the end, then you're one of these people that want other people to excel with them. Yeah, that's what's coming to my head, and what I want to deliver to you and transfer to you as I'm giving this lecture or whatever. Keep wanting to do longer and longer videos because I got time now. So I'm super grateful to you, super grateful to God, to a higher power that, lets me do this, and that you guys listen to this stuff. And that's how we share energies, I think. And keep on sharing, If you're gonna get through the dark stuff, you're gonna get to light stuff, you know. And yeah, keep on giving love, keep on being loving, even if you get hurt, you know. Don't take things personally. And remember your power, protect your power, protect it at all costs. And, you know, be loving, because love in the end, it always wins. It always wins. Even if you die, you know, and you love your enemy, and you know, it's better for you, you know. The enemy might get the energy, you know. You don't even, for some reason, what's coming to my head is you don't deliver a punch without a bit of love in it. I don't know why that came to my head. It's like, you know, when you respect your enemy for who they are and what they're working with, you know. Sometimes we're battling, and we're not battling others, we're battling ourselves. And that's why all this bullshit in the world is happening. So I don't know what would happen if war was happening here, but I don't know, yeah, may all the wars end in the world, and let's meditate on that. Love you guys. Have a great day, morning, evening, and I'll see you in the next one. Lots of love to you, and peace.